when the U.S. Embassy visited Muhammad on maybe his third month or fourth month there, they reported to us that he lost at least 1/3 of his body weight, and his body was covered with scabies, the skin disease. So, so that's when we went to the media, and that's when we started sending people to the State Department. So basically, and we've been fighting that way since 4 months now. That's the hard thing for us, knowing that he's in jail in one of the worst prisons in the world, no food, they're barely getting enough, food, to survive, They get 5 to 10 minutes of outside, they get, I think it's like 80 people that have to shower within 20 minutes. So life in the Israeli prison is very difficult. And, it's not, from what I'm saying, you can tell by all these prisoners that's getting out from the Israeli prison. You see them, weighing 200 to 300 pounds, they come out as sticks, skin and bones, basically. And, they're all suffering. It's not just my son, it's every single, there's 400 kids in there, under the age of 18 that's right now in Israeli prison, scattered around to different prisons over here. So they're all suffering, and all their parents are suffering. And we have no international help, nobody cares, nobody's checking on them. There's no, because we're U.S. citizen, Muhammad's U.S., we have the U.S. Embassy at least checking on them. But you have all these thousands of prisoners that's in the Israeli detention, torture prisons that nobody checks on them. So they don't even know if they're alive, they're dead. There's no phone calls. There's 2 years, no visitation. So a lot of people haven't seen or heard from their family members in the prison since the beginning of the war. The support from the people is there. The community in America, the people, they feel with us, and even, the State Department and the congressmen and the government, a lot of them, most of them feel with us, they know he's a child. They took him at 15 years old, his health condition. So they understand, what we're going through, it's just the Israeli, the government, either they're ignoring the U.S. State Department, and we don't know if there's anything under the table they're working on, but so far we have no information at all. They say we're working on it, but we've been hearing that for 8 months now. We're trying and we're working on it. So it doesn't take 8 months to get a child out of jail.